What's up guys, today I'm going to show you how you can create this dope 3D ground text effect inside of After Effects. Let's go. My name is Evan Huynh, welcome to 11% tutorial. So first up, we have our clip loaded up right here. I cut it in two because this is the only part that you need tracking on. First thing that you're gonna do is gonna go to tracker on the right hand side. If you don't see that, go to window, workspaces, and make sure you hit all panels. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit track camera. After Effects is gonna take some time to load. By the way, if you ever run into this error where it says 3D analysis failed or whatever, that means that your composition dimensions are not the exact same as your file. And an easy way to fix that is go to your project panel right here, go to your file, click on it, and it'll tell you the exact dimensions of your file. Then click on your composition, go to composition and click composition settings, and then you should just be able to change your width and height to the exact same as your file size. That's just a quick error I used to run into as a beginner, didn't know how to fix it. So now you can see our camera footage is tracked right here, and we have our 3D flowers, I like to call them. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and select like maybe 3 or 4 points that look like they have a pretty accurate tracking on the ground, and then we're gonna right click it and we're gonna hit create solid and camera. And boom, ta-da, now we have a 3D editable template that we can put text on. So what we're going to do first is we are going to take this 3D text and we're going to right click it and we are going to pre-compose. And make sure you hit leave all attributes in ground title card. And then we're going to call this comp1, hit OK. And now what you can do is double click on this and ta-da, it opens up an entirely new composition where you can add your text. Let's remove this blue square because actually keep it right now. We're going to use it just for reference. I'm going back to my main comp. I'm just going to kind of like rotate it a little bit and then scale it up and hold shift so that it keeps the same proportions. That's very important. And now you can see we have a nice area. This is basically where your text is going to go. Now it's time to actually get our title card. So you can do this either way. You can literally go here and I mean you could type your own title, but chances are that's going to be pretty ugly. So I usually like to go to Pinterest to get my title card ideas. This is a cool one that I like. And now just stay with me. I'm going to go to Premiere Pro and we're going to go to window, hit extensions. I'm going to open up AutoEdit, which is this plugin that we're releasing in July. And there's actually a really cool feature if you go to the end, which is the title card generator feature. And this is basically allows me to go copy this Pinterest link. So Command C on that and then go back here. I'm going to paste this Pinterest link right here and hit AI style match. My hands are off the keyboard and now it's going to generate an AI title card generation. So you can see right here, I've already fed it some information before because I've trained this model, but yeah, it's an image generator and it basically makes title cards for you. So now we have this really cool title card. I can of course go ahead and insert it at the playhead of this Premiere project, but because we're in After Effects, I'm just going to go ahead and drag this image into a Finder and then go back to After Effects over here and import this image just like that. Ta-da! Now we have our title card inside of our pre-comp. Let's go ahead and delete those other 2 layers. We don't need them. Now it's time to go back to our main comp and actually mess around with the blend mode. So you can see we have our title card 3D tracked to the ground. It's honestly looking pretty cool. Now we have to make it look like realistic. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead, make sure you have toggle switches so you can see your blend mode. I'm going to select our 3D camera and our text. I'm going to right click them and then I'm going to pre-compose. And this time I'm going to move them all into attributes into new composition. Hit OK. And now you can see it's 1 layer and I can actually change the blending mode to something like, let's do like add. And ta-da, you can see our text is applied onto the ground. I'm actually going to go over here to my effects and presets also, search for Luma key and apply that here and then just increase the threshold a bit so the darkness is removed. And yeah, that's honestly looking pretty cool now. What I'm going to do to make it even more realistic is let's go ahead and toggle switch modes again and select some motion blur so that there's like some sort of motion blur, maybe not that much. If not, I can also go here to force motion blur and then add that right there. And yeah, there we go. Now we got some motion blur going on. Let's set the sample size to like 3 and then the phase to like I don't know, 111 ish. Let's hit the drop down, on transform, then turn the opacity down to like 64%. And now I'm going to go ahead and add a Gaussian blur just so that way it's not like super sharp because it just kind of feels fake still. It's not really there. So I'm going to increase the blurriness just a little bit so it blends in with the ground. And yeah, that's kind of looking, we're almost there. We actually could just leave it at that, but one last thing I might recommend adding is noise. So I'm gonna go to noise right here and then I'm gonna apply, I might remove this, I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna add this noise and then turn off the color noise and then increase that a little bit. Let's see. Okay, Yeah, actually, I'm going to keep this. I think this looks pretty cool. So it just adds a little bit more texture to it. And yeah, it makes it feel realistic. Obviously, this will look better the better your tracking data is. And yeah, now let's go ahead and export that. But of course, you always know no effect is done without some effects. So we're going to actually go ahead and take this back into Premiere Pro. So I'm in Premiere right here, and I'm actually going to go back up here to my AutoEdit plugin. I'm going to go to this first page right here, and I'm actually going to be uploading the music track to this song right here. Oh, there you go. Solely because it has a really cool feature. So basically what it allows you to do is it does beat sync. So I'm going to click the auto sequence button right here and watch. My hands are off the keyboard. And watch. Just like that, ta-da, it is automatically generated beat marker, beat detection at every significant beat of the music track. So basically that makes it really easy for us now to just go ahead and add effects at every significant beat right here. So you might not just think to go to your effects and presets and just add some presets at every significant beat, but just watch, this goes even further. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the fourth tab right here to the AI visual effects adder, and I have the option right here to add different types of effects to my project. So I'm gonna select camera shakes. Let's just do we can actually do low shutter. That one's gonna be cool too. And then so I'm gonna add some camera shakes and low shutter effects, and these are all effects, by the way, that come from our preset packs. They're not like nothing AI with that, but it is just like effects that we've made. They're just loaded in, but the way it applies them uses AI. So I can actually increase the intensity if I want it like a lot of effects. I never recommend doing 100%. I'm going to do something lower, like 30%. And basically what that means is if it's going to apply effects at every significant beat marker, or if it's going to apply effects to like, 50% or 40% of them. Let's do like 43%. And then, yeah, we'll just go ahead and hit apply right here. And watch, guys, you're watching this literally real time. It is now adding visual effects literally to our edit. For each significant beat. I mean, it's literally editing our music video for us. And now it's done. You can see it's complete. It is added effects, and it's moved on to the next tab, which is the title card, but we already did that. And you can see if we play this out, boom, it's adding camera shakes literally, and then we also have the low shutter. So you can see what's really cool is if we zoom in, it basically will add a camera shake directly like midpoint of every significant beat, or every other 43% significant beat. And then yeah, it adds a camera shake there, and then also it adds low shutter. There's just more camera shakes, and it's honestly really cool. If you think about it, what we're doing for editing music videos is literally just applying effects at significant beats and like editing to the beat. So if it's like that systematic, like why not have AI do it? And yeah, there you guys have it. That's how to make a 3D text effect with some extra effects, some camera shakes, some low shutter, stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys found something useful from this tutorial. If you have any other effect ideas that you would like us to create, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you want to check out this AutoEdit plugin right here that we use, I've linked down below for it for the pre-order download. But yeah, and if you also want a more in-depth tutorial on how to add dope camera shakes like this to your video, you can check out this video link right here.